Have you ever wondered how an airplane stays in the air? It seems almost impossible. A giant machine made of metal, carrying hundreds of people and weighing hundreds of tons, somehow flies thousands of feet above the ground. So what is really keeping it up there? Is it the engines, the wings, or is there something else happening that most people never think about? Today, we're going to explore the surprisingly simple science that allows airplanes to fly. And once you understand it, you'll never look at air travel the same way again. Before we begin, if you enjoy discovering the hidden stories and science behind everyday things, be sure to subscribe to Secret Behind Things and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Now, let's find out how airplanes stay in the air. At first glance, airplanes should not be able to fly at all. After all, they are incredibly heavy. Some passenger airplanes weigh more than 400 tons when fully loaded. Yet every day, thousands of them take off, cross oceans, and safely land at their destinations. The secret lies in a few basic forces of nature. Every airplane in the sky is constantly dealing with four main forces: gravity, lift, thrust, and drag. Gravity is the easiest one to understand. It's the force that pulls everything toward Earth. Without gravity, you wouldn't stay on the ground, and airplanes wouldn't need wings. Gravity is always trying to pull an airplane down. To stay in the air, the airplane must create another force that pushes upward. That force is called lift. Lift is what allows an airplane to rise off the ground and remain in the sky. But where does lift come from? The answer is the wings. Airplane wings may look simple, but they are carefully designed to interact with moving air. If you look closely at a wing, you'll notice something interesting. The top surface is curved, the bottom surface is flatter. This shape is known as an airfoil, and it's one of the most important designs in aviation. When an airplane moves forward, air flows around the wings. Some air travels over the top, some travels underneath. Because of the wing's shape, the air moving over the top flows faster. The air underneath moves more slowly. This creates a difference in pressure. Lower pressure above the wing, higher pressure below it. The higher pressure underneath pushes upward, and this creates lift. In simple terms, the wing is using moving air to help lift the airplane into the sky. Of course, the wings can't do this on their own. The airplane must first move forward. That's where the engines come in. The engines create thrust. Thrust is the force that pushes the airplane forward. Modern jet engines work by pulling in large amounts of air. The air is compressed, mixed with fuel, and ignited. The hot gases shoot out the back of the engine at very high speed. And according to the laws of physics, this pushes the airplane forward. As the airplane gains speed, more air flows over the wings, and more lift is created. Eventually, the lift becomes stronger than gravity. And that's the moment the airplane leaves the ground. Many people think the engines are holding the airplane up, but that's not really true. The engines mainly provide forward motion. The wings are doing most of the lifting. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine sticking your hand out of a car window while the car is moving. If you tilt your hand slightly upward, you can feel the air pushing it up. Airplane wings work on a similar principle, except they are designed far more efficiently. Now you might wonder, what happens if an airplane loses its engines? Would it immediately fall from the sky? Surprisingly, no. An airplane can still glide. In fact, many modern airplanes can travel dozens of miles without engine power. They slowly descend while continuing to move forward. This is why pilots are trained to handle engine failures, and why airplanes are much safer than many people realize. Another question people often ask is why airplanes fly so high. Commercial airplanes usually cruise at around 35,000 feet. That's more than 6 miles above the ground. Why not fly lower? Answer is efficiency. At higher altitudes, the air is thinner. Thinner air creates less drag. Less drag means the airplane uses less fuel, and that saves both time and money. However, airplanes can't fly too high either. If the air becomes too thin, the wings can't generate enough lift, and the engines become less effective. So pilots fly within a carefully chosen altitude range where everything works efficiently. Weather also plays an important role in flight. Strong winds can help or slow an airplane. Storms can create turbulence, and changes in air pressure can affect performance. That's why pilots constantly monitor weather conditions before and during every flight. Fortunately, modern aircraft are designed to handle challenging weather, and today's technology helps pilots avoid dangerous conditions whenever possible. The history of flight itself is fascinating. For thousands of years, humans dreamed of flying. People watched birds and wondered if it could ever be possible. Then, in 1903, two brothers changed history forever. The Wright brothers successfully flew the first powered airplane. Their flight lasted less than a minute, but it proved something incredible. Human flight was possible. Since then, aviation technology has advanced beyond anything they could have imagined. Today, airplanes can carry hundreds of passengers across entire continents in just a few hours. And yet, the basic principles remain the same. Gravity pulls down, lift pushes up, thrust moves forward, drag pushes back. Every airplane flight depends on balancing these four forces. When they work together correctly, something remarkable happens. A machine weighing hundreds of tons can soar through the sky with ease. So the next time you look up and see an airplane flying overhead, remember this: it's not staying in the air because of magic, and it's not simply because of powerful engines. It's the result of clever engineering, carefully designed wings, and the invisible forces of physics working together. And that simple idea is what makes modern flight possible. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Secret Behind Things for more fascinating stories and explanations behind the everyday things we often take for granted.